Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're just doing quick picks of the UFC this weekend, Cannonier versus Imavov. It's gonna be, quick little breakdowns of whatnot of the main card. Won't be doing full card predictions anymore due to the lack of time with family, work and what. It just takes out too much time. So guys, bear with me. We'll get through these picks here. And also leave your suggestions of how you guys think the fights will play out. But yeah, first up on the main card here, we got Baeza versus Soriano. Not looking good for Baeza. He's on a 3-fight loser streak. He hasn't fought for a good 3 years. And also for Soriano, he's coming off a loss as well against this guy here, Stoltzfus, Dustin. But yeah, sorry about the pronunciations. I'm pretty shit with the pronunciation. I'll be butchering them a fair bit as well. But yeah, Baeza here, when he was good, like when he was without the sidelines and losses and whatnot, he was very good on the outside, setting up kicks, throwing the 1-2 down the middle. He's always working the outside, trying to stay in range. And yeah, obviously fighting there with the orthodox stance. And he's got some good jiu-jitsu as well. He's got very underrated jiu-jitsu on the ground there. So he prefers obviously standing up, keeping his fights on the stand-up. So yeah, I'm just not sure how this fight's going to play out, like how he's going to go, whether he's going to get knocked out or not, or what he's been working on the last 3 years. And going against someone like Soriano, I think this is a good matchup for Baeza because Soriano, he's coming off a loss too. So, it's a bit of a hard one with him because, like, he doesn't have much power in his hands as well. Like, he has a couple of knockouts, but, there's the whole pillar hands getting thrown around there, around his name. But yeah, it's a weird one with him as well. Like, he's got some good wins and some real weird losses as well. In this fight, if we get the old Baeza, I don't think he should strike with him. I think he's gonna get his legs chopped up, Soriano. So I think the best way for him to do is try to get this fight on the ground. Because if he doesn't, I think his legs is gonna get chewed up. He's gonna get knocked out. But I might be wrong. So it's a bit of a hard one. Both guys in a weird spot here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Soriano, but I won't be surprised if the old Baeza comes out, he's gonna fucking get that KO, knock him out. So I'm gonna go with here Soriano. It's not a confident pick, but fuck, yeah, what can you do? It's a weird matchup. Here's another weird matchup again. Marquez versus Reese. Marquez is another guy. He's coming off a bit of a layoff as well, I'm pretty sure. He's another guy that just loves chopping that leg down as well and throws big bombs, always coming forward, loading up in punches, fighting out of orthodox. And yeah, he's been knocked out a couple of times. He's on a little bit of a losing streak. And yeah, so now he's going to come out from the sidelines fighting a prospect like Reese. He got TKO slammed, I'm pretty sure, by Cody Brundage. And yeah, he's coming off the Contender Series as well, so people were riding on him a fair bit, but he unfortunately became a highlight reel for Cody Brundage, which is crazy. But it's understandable since he's still new to the UFC. So yeah, he fights. He's a guy that keeps his range as well, throws a lot of front kicks, throws a lot of jabs, got his head up high a fair bit too, so he gets touched up a lot too, just like Marquez as well. But yeah, he's another guy that throws a lot of leg kicks, and he's got very good jiu-jitsu as well. When he's on his back, he is very good at setting up submissions and whatnot. As you can see, the sub average is there, 9.84 compared to 2.58. But obviously, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know because both guys get touched up a lot. But this is not another confident pick either. I'm just gonna go with Marquez since he's got more of the UFC experience. But look, I'm hoping that Reese pulls this out, but if he doesn't, fuck, eh. But next up, we got another fight here. Ferreira versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Sorry about butchering names. I'm going to keep fucking butchering names. It's bad pronunciations. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so Bruno, another guy, I think his last win was Phil Hawes. Fighting off a orthodox stance. He's another guy that throws a lot of high kicks, throw a lot of low kicks as well, and he's very good with his jab as well. He's got a bit of a judo background, so when he does take the fight down on the ground, he does those judo trips and stuff like that. And yeah, he looks good. He looks good in the UFC so far. He had that knockout win over Gregory Rodriguez. I think it was a last minute replacement. He was as well when he came in. And going against a guy like Dustin Stoltzfus, he's another guy that throws a lot of front kicks, low kicks. But yeah, his outputs is there, but he's when it comes to the power, I think Ferreira is going to be the guy who's going to have more power than Dustin here. Um, Dustin grapples as well. He's a guy that loves, not loves, but he mixes up his grappling with striking as well. Tries to get this fight against the cage and goes a lot of knees and whatnot. But yeah, he's not. He's got another weird fucking record too, Dustin's. He's been submitted by, I'm pretty sure, Mishot and whatnot, even though Mishot's a veteran in the sport. So, look, I'm going to go with Bruno for a knockout. I think he can get it done. I just think Dustin just got nothing to show for him, but could be wrong. So, yeah, confident pick. I reckon that Bruno can get this one done. And next up, we got Raul Rosas Jr. versus Ricky. So if anyone watched the Ultimate Fighter, Ricky's pretty much from the Ultimate Fighter from the Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega season. So he's still new to the UFC. Rosas Jr. He's still a young guy. He's got a switch stance there, and he still needs to work on the striking a little bit. He's good, but yeah, he's got very good with striking, but very good with his takedowns. Obviously, we've seen he was on the hype and whatnot with his takedowns and jiu-jitsu. But yeah, obviously, now that he's understood that he can't really, like, in that Christian Rodriguez fight, sorry, he blew his cardio. His gas tank was gone. He threw the whole kitchen sink at Christian Rodriguez, and gas tank got exposed. So now he understands to slow it down a bit, take his time in the fight, and now he's got to get that. He's got that mindset where he's got you got to pace yourself over the ring. He's still young, but yeah, going against the guy Ricky Turcios, that's gonna be a tough fight for Rosas, I think, because he's another guy who's got decent striking. He's very good. He's got some good jiu-jitsu on the ground as well, and he's very good with his scrambles there on the ground too. So yeah, it's a good test for Rosas Jr. and it's a good test for Ricky as well. See where he's at in the UFC, and but yeah, it's a tough pick, this one. I might have to go Rosas Jr. I think he can get this done, maybe with a submission and using his takedowns. Like, even though Ricky's good, he does get taken down a fair bit, I gotta admit. So I'm gonna go with Ricky, Raw Rosas Jr. on him. Not a very confident pick because you can see the odds there, minus 245 plus 200. Ricky, it's a bit of a skeptical fight there. If I was a betting guy, kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't put that in the parlay. So next up, we've got Dominick Reyes, plus 180 underdog, crazy, minus 220. Dustin against Dustin Jacoby. Dominick Reyes was a guy, obviously. He came in the UFC destroying people left, right, and center. Yeah, now he's a destroyer getting destroyed, which is crazy. And he's on a bit of a losing streak. He hasn't looked good since that John Jones fight. Some say he won, some say he didn't. And the next fight with Jan Blachowicz, he got picked apart with low kicks, body kicks, high kicks. He was just getting picked apart on the range there. Wasn't a good look. And he got knocked out by Ryan Spann, which is not a good look either, because Ryan Spann just got knocked out in his last fight there by an unranked dude. I can't remember his name. Old fucking dude that UFC was pushing him. And then he got exposed the last fight too. Not against Ryan Spann, but for that. And yeah, I'm just not too sure with Dominick Reyes here. I'm just don't know where his mind's at, where he's at in life. So yeah, it's a hard one. Like, I think I don't want to go against him, but I might have to in this fight. I think with Dustin Jacoby, he's a kickboxer. His fights are orthodox, and yeah, I think he's just gonna keep his range and chop his legs apart. Dominick Reyes, and use the body kicks there too, and then with his boxing, I think he may pick Dominick Reyes apart. It's unfortunate, but if this was Dominick Reyes back in the day with the John Jones type of fighter he was back then, then yeah, I would go with Dominickreyes, but unfortunately, he just doesn't look good. So I'm gonna go with Dustin Jacoby knockout. Unfortunately, but it is what it is. So yeah, next fight, Cannonier versus Imavov. This is an interesting fight. Yes, Cannonier is 40 years old, but his last fight looked good. Yeah, against Vittori. You know, he's throwing a lot of low kicks, putting out the jab there, switching stance, um, using his straight shots down the middle, and constantly giving Vittori different looks. Even though he did get hurt by Vittori's first round, he did give Vittori a lot of trouble over the rounds in that fight. So he even used some takedowns in that fight, which is good to see that he's mixing it up and not just keeping it on the stand up, because with the judges and shit, fucking they'll throw some split decisions everywhere if they want. So it's good that he's using his takedowns, mixing it up, and being smart there on in the cage. So yes, he's old, but he looks like he's kind of getting better too at the same time. So I'm with him on this one, but he hasn't fought for a year, so it'll be interesting how he goes. And going against Nassourdineimavov, Imavov, he's another guy that loves to throw front kicks, fighting orthodox. And you see his last fight, it wasn't the best, like against Delize. Like he was doing well, but he also slowed down a lot later rounds, which is a bit skeptical. He's not the best wrestler, but he can get his takedowns in there, set up submissions and whatnot. Obviously, now that he's fighting top ranked contenders, he's not getting many submissions. Fight. So yeah, it's an interesting fight. I think it might be a close fight. But I'm gonna have to go with experience. I'm gonna have to go with Cannonier because he's been there. He's fought the best of the best in the ranking. I think that experience might play a part with Nassourdineimavov, and Imavov might take the earlier rounds, and then Cannonier might bank the later rounds. Who knows? It's gonna be a close fight. I think it's gonna be a very good fight. I think it's a great fight for the fans. Anyways, guys, those are my main card predictions and quick picks, even though this video went longer. Also, before we go, guys, check out Thiago Moises versus Klein. That's an interesting fight. See where Klein's going to be at. And Moises is another guy that puts on a good show too. And yeah, you got Radke versus Carlos Prats. Radke's got another new prospect, so is Carlos. And yeah, other than that, just Jordan Castaneda, versus Daniel Marcos. That's gonna be another bang of a fight. And yeah, Tail Lupius, look out for this guy. He's another prospect coming up against Cody Damon. He's pretty much on the last of his career because he's not doing very well. So yeah, that's another great fight too on the card. Anyways, guys, like I said, hit the like and subscribe button. And put your comments in the sections of your opinions, what you think, how this fight's gonna play out. If you guys enjoy the content, like I said, like and subscribe, and we'll be back with another video next week. Cheers, guys.